Also, they could be having to answer some questions about raising this age of criminal responsibility from 10 to 14, and also the fact our youth detention centres are nearing capacity. I wanted to talk to Terry Goldsworthy, Associate Professor of Criminology at Bond University. He's on the line. Good morning to you, Terry.
Yeah, good morning.
So, youth detention centres are nearing capacity. I suppose it was always going to happen once they moved this age of treating 17-year-olds as juveniles instead of adults.
Yeah, look, that's correct. I mean, if you look at the crime data that came out in the Queensland Crime Report about a month ago, there's about 10,000 offenders in that extra year, that extra cohort that they've now included as youth offenders. So most of those people who are kept in custody in terms of youth are above the age of 14. So, you know, they're going to make up the most of the capacity of those beds. So if you increase the number of offenders who have to go into those kind of places, if you're going to tighten the bail restrictions and the ability to get bail for recidivist offenders, etc., the outcome is you're going to need more beds to house those people. And it looks like, that part of the policy hasn't actually been looked at.
Yeah, well, you have to build facilities or you got to do something.
Well, that's right. I mean, we're loath to put them into adult prisons, and that's where all those 17-year-old offenders came from. And we don't like to keep them in watch houses. I mean, watch houses aren't designed for people to be long-term stay.
No.
The police are certainly reticent to keep youths in there because, they just don't have those, I guess, inbuilt structures and risk management structures to ensure the safety of youths long-term in a watch house.
What do you think the impact, Terry Goldsworthy, will be on this proposal, if they ever go through with it, to raise the age of criminal responsibility from 10 to 14?
Look, I don't agree with it at all. I think what you'll see is, anecdotally from speaking to a number of police that I still see around, that they've indicated that the problems they've got at the moment aren't with the 16, 17-year-olds. It's actually with the ones aged between 10 to 13, 14 who are out there creating mayhem. So I think it's really problematic. I mean, people get the issues confused here. The issue is not, does a child understand the difference between right and wrong? Overwhelmingly, 10-year-olds understand that. They know what the difference between right and wrong is. If you look at in terms of the other issues that flow on are they aware of the consequences of their actions and what punishment should they face? Now, those two issues are totally separate from whether we hold someone criminally responsible. So as my opinion is that, there's no need to raise the age of 14. I think that would be quite stupid. Children at the age of 10, unless they've got some learning disability, etc., they know what right and wrong is. The issues we have is what do we do with them and how do we make them realise the consequences? So I think, in terms of victims, we also need to be considering, if a 12-year-old rips off a tradie's truck, burns it out with all the tools in it, there's still an impact for the tradie. The child may not realise what that impact is, but they would certainly know stealing and burning the car is wrong.
Exactly right. Terry Goldsworthy, Associate Professor of Criminology at Bond University. Thanks for your time on 4